What's up, everyone? Fight Zone MMA. Today we got some crazy MMA news. Let's get right into it. First off, we got Islam Makhachev's camp angling for a fight with Kamaru Usman. Islam's camp says they want the blockbuster Kamaru Usman showdown for the welterweight title defense. Presumably, they mean blockbuster like the video store, in the sense that this fight was perfect when both guys were in their prime, but nowadays there's alternatives that make it pointless. Imagine having 4 deserving contenders in their prime, with exciting striking, each presenting a different type of challenge for the belt, but instead trying to cherry pick a 39-year-old who's won 1 fight in the last 5 years. You got Ian Gary, Michael Morales, Carlos Prates, and even Shavkat, who are more deserving for the title shot. But what about Kamaru Usman? That's the fight for legacy. If this fight goes through, it's actually a blemish against Islam's legacy, and he's going to be remembered as the guy who fought Money Moicano, Dan Hooker, and aged out, washed up former champions. The only winner of this fight being made would be Islam's sleazy manager, who also happens to manage Usman. What a coincidence that both guys are calling for this fight. Next up, we got Joaquin Buckley calling out the welterweight division for having no motion and no fights booked for top contenders. Buckley says, you got Islam out there playing wrestle ball, you got Prates out there partying and clubbing, you got Morales out there twerking and twirling, you got Ian Gary watching in the corner, and on top of all that, you got Joaquin Buckley with 0 fight news 8 months after being dominated. Joaquin has no room to talk here. All the guys he mentioned have fought in the last 3 months, whereas Joaquin himself has not been in the news regarding a fight or regarding anything since his loss to Usman. I guess you could argue that he's fighting irrelevancy right now. That being said, it's strange that there are no fights booked for the welterweight top 10. Hopefully we get some fight news soon that isn't Usman versus Islam. Next up, we got Movsar Evloev talking about his activity and how it's going to change after the Lerone Murphy fight. Movsar says, I waste too much time with the injuries, with the sickness, and with everything else. And now I need to bring this time back to fight more often. Be more active. This is like guys saying, man, I need to go to bed earlier after waking up at 6 a.m. and going to work like a zombie. It's not going to happen. Movsar is sick of not getting a title shot, but the facts are that he's boring and he doesn't bring any excitement to the division through his fighting style or through his promos, of which there are no promos. Movsar needs to work on his striking if he wants the UFC to acknowledge him. A knockout win against Lerone would go a long way to getting him the next shot over someone like John Silva. Anyways, that's going to do it for today. Like, comment, subscribe, Fight Zone MMA. I'll see you in the next one.